Love, probably one of the most misused, abused, misunderstood, confused words in our English language. We use it in all sorts of ways. We use it with all sorts of sort of sub-meanings under it. We think of love associated with sexual things in our lives. We use it that way. We see it used that way all over the place. We read novels, romance novels. I don't read them. So somebody came up and said, "You read romance novels?" I said, "Not on your life." Anyway, we use it that way. I mean, we see it in those kinds of things. Probably on television, we have at least exemplified in front of us some of the worst definitions of love, or the worst explanations or living out examples of loving. We think loving means letting anyone do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want, makes no difference. Absolute lie. 100% absolute lie. We think love is just a feeling. Our songs, our other things that we encounter, poems, literature, whatever, often talk about the feeling of love. And love is a feeling. Jesus never describes love as a feeling. Isn't that interesting? We confuse love with like. I like caramel topping on my ice cream. I don't love caramel topping on my ice cream. I like my car. I don't love it. How we flip those words all the time. It's no wonder we miss what Jesus says about love and about what love is. Love at its heart is more than a feeling. It's a decision that I make. It's a choice that I make in life. Want to know why so many marriages end up not making it? Because they make a choice based on feeling, and feelings don't last. I know my mother loved me even when I didn't act like I deserved to be loved. And my mom did that because she made a decision to love me. You marry someone that you've made a decision to love. And hopefully there are times when the feeling even matches it. But it's not dependent on feeling. You don't love when you feel good. Most of us, when we reach teenage years, would have been put out of the house permanently if it depended on the feeling of love. Love is a decision I make. I choose to love another person in the sacrament of marriage. I choose to love my children. I choose to love my spouse. It's a choice, a decision that we make. And then, added to that, love for disciples, for people who claim to be followers of Jesus Christ, has a definite meaning. Look at the crucifix. It's what love is. Love is laying down your life for your friends. This does not mean that we're doormats, that we're just there to let everybody walk all over us or anything like that. It doesn't mean that we don't take care of ourselves. It doesn't mean that we don't develop our gifts, our talents, the blessings that God has given to us. I'm supposed to do that. You're supposed to take every gift God has given to you and make it better as a way to give Him praise and glory. But then you're meant to give it away in loving service to others. Gifts aren't given for us. They're given for the other. We're called to defer to the needs of another. Your needs are more important than mine. Boy, don't we all get caught up in that thing. How hard that is to live. This love that Jesus teaches us is not for wimps. It's not for the faint-hearted. You've got to have strength and courage to love like He loved. All the way to the cross, laying down His life because it's what His Father asked Him to do, and it's because His whole life was to give away Himself. Everyone else, every one of those apostles was more important than He was. And they were a tough lot to work with. And so are we. That's what love means. Laying down your life for another. It means taking your gifts and making a choice and a decision to do your best to make them the best, to praise God, and then give them away to other people. It's what every husband and wife needs to do in marriage. Lay down your life for the other. Others first, you second. Love is much more than just a word. The Greeks, unlike us, had multiple words for love. Eros meant physical love, sexual love. Philos, like in the word Philadelphia, that's two Greek words, philos and delphos. Delphos is brotherly. And philos is love. It's brotherly love. It's family love. It's friend love, philos. But the word that's used in the gospel today for love is neither of those. In the Greek, it's agape. We call it agape in English. Agape. Agape means the ultimate love of sacrificing self for the sake of another. Laying aside self for the sake of another. That, my friends, is not a feeling. That is a decision. It's a choice Jesus calls us to make. It's a challenge He sets before us to love as He loved. It's a grace He gives us when we ask for it, so that we can set the self aside to love others. Jesus. He tells us this, and He tells us why He says it to us, why He's saying it to them. He says, I have told you this so that my joy may be in you, and your joy might be complete. Could it be that loving this way is the way to happiness?